And we are the hosts of the OK Drama podcast.
We're two friends, recap and break down K-dramas.
Yay! We're back, baby.
Yes.
We had a bit of a long summer vacation. We were like maybe 4 to 6 weeks, which turned into like 3 months, but that's okay.
Yeah. But like it wasn't really a summer vacation because we were busy as hell.
Yeah.
With like boring work
and
then like all the other fun stuff we were doing.
Yeah. Guys, Moon Tokki is having fun. You guys should check us out. That'd be really cool.
We got a record deal. We're touring in May.
How exciting!
We're taking this podcast on the road. No, we're not signed. But if you know anyone, you can email us at okdramapodcast@gmail.com.
Yes. But yeah, so this episode is mostly just a catch up and letting y'all know what to expect in the future.
Yes.
Because during our break time, we did some self-reflection and thought about what we could realistically do that would help our mental health and keep us sane.
Yes. And
not totally burnt out. And keep us still liking K-dramas. So,
guys, a weekly podcast is tough to keep up with.
Because, you know, when you have a full-time job and a side gig and a whatever, and a relationship.
And animals.
And animals, and, like, you're trying to work out and cook and keep your house clean. It's just too much, you know? But so, yeah, it was a lot. And so what Jill and I decided is, for the time being, we will just do one episode a month covering... Oh my fucking god. Covering an entire drama.
Yes.
Sorry if you can hear my cat. Maybe I should give them treats.
Maybe.
To reinforce bad behavior. No, he's still working.
Or Jesus.
I know. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
No problem.
Okay, drama! So anyway, Jill and I decided that we would do one drama a month, but like one episode a month covering an entire drama.
Yes. Basically
like the awards show, but long, because we're covering the whole thing.
Yeah, in a lot more detail.
Yeah, so it'll be like, I would expect a long podcast, like, definitely over an hour, I would think. So it's just going to be like one long piece of content that you can break up into chunks if you want. But yeah, I think this is exciting for a couple of reasons.
Do tell.
One, we can watch dramas that I've already seen, since we don't have to, like...
talk about it each week.
Yes. And there are, like, a few that I'm like, oh, I really wish we could watch this for the podcast, but I've already seen it. So it just kind of, like, opens it up to that. We can sneak in a mini every now and then. Just kind of talking about other dramas. Yeah. Or just a little catch-up. Or, you know, if it's, like, a slow month and there was, like, you know, a little shorty, like School Nurse Files or something, we could maybe do...
a movie?
Yeah, 2 in 1 month, a movie. Y'all can check out our Patreon for other content. It's only $3 a month. So, anyway, so yeah, I'm excited about that, because there are a few where I'm like, we should watch this for the show. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. How are you feeling about that?
I feel good about that. That feels manageable.
Good.
Yeah, I think we're just both very busy. And all the things we do take up so much time. And boy, is it exhausting.
Yeah, and you can't really multitask with this stuff.
No.
So...
it's like one or the other.
Right. So, what else was I going to say? Oh. Are there any, like, things you've been watching that you want to share? We can do a quick chat about?
They're not K-dramas.
I didn't expect them to be. I just expected them to be Drag Race.
I feel like the listeners expect there to be a K-drama.
I can talk about the K-dramas I watched during the break, but yeah. I didn't want this to be a monologue.
Yeah, I watch K-dramas, like, for homework. And that sounds bad, but it's not. Like, I really do enjoy them. Mm-hmm. I don't actively, like, seek them out. Mm-hmm. Except I did add Reply 1980 whatever, which is what we're going to watch next. Mm-hmm. I added that to the list, like, a long time ago because it looked cool. But I never saw it. But it was on the list.
Yeah, now we're going
to. That's as far as I got to watching a K-drama of my own. Adding it to the watch list. What have I been watching? Okay, so in November, a new season of Dexter is coming out. I'm very excited about that because I love Michael C. Hall. And so I've just been, like, rewatching all of Dexter, just reliving all those amazing scenes and whatnot. That's also one of the first shows, side note, that Andrew and I ever watched when we first started dating.
Huh.
Yeah.
How romantic.
I know. Blood. Yeah, no, I remember, like, one time telling him, we were, like, in the fucking dining hall at Texas State, and I was telling him how cool the show Dexter was. And he was like, oh, if you like Michael C. Hall, you should really watch 6 Feet Under, because he's great in that. And I was like, okay. And, like, Dexter is, like, Michael C. Hall, like, mysterious, murdery, working in the crime lab, blah, blah, blah. But then 6 Feet Under is, like, timid, homosexual Michael C. Hall working at a funeral home with his family, but, like, really fucking depressing. Like, that is not a show I think you would like.
Oh, no. I watched... Andrew, like, tried to get our friend group to watch that.
It's not a show you make friends watch.
No. I think, yeah, like, the summer... It was, like, a summer one time, and he was, like... We were at his house, and he was like, I'm gonna put on 6 Feet Under. We were like, okay. And I was just
the first episode is so fucking heartbreaking. Like, I remember watching that one, and immediately, like, my eyes were getting watery, and I was, like, trying not to cry around it. It was slightly embarrassing, but, like, that show is fucking intense.
Yeah.
It's so sad, but so good.
I think I've seen, like, maybe 4 episodes, but that was, like, 10 years ago, so. And yeah, I've seen a few episodes of Dexter. I think maybe even a few seasons, but then I, like, eventually fell off.
Yeah, the later seasons are a little, gets a little bit weird, but I'm watching them again just so I can, like, refresh my memory before things start again, because apparently it's starting where it left off, so should be interesting. Cool. We've also been watching Drag Race All-Stars. That's, like, the new live thing we're watching, like, the only live thing we're watching, really. But today is actually the finale episode of All Stars. And I told Andrew earlier, like, oh, Drag Race tonight. And he got excited, and then he was like, oh, it's the finale, though. And then we had this conversation of, like, how great these reality shows are, like, watching them week to week until it gets to the finale. And it's just kind of like, do I really care? Do I really care who wins? Yeah. Which of these amazing drag queens wins and gets money? Like, And the challenges are never that exciting at the end either. And it's always, like, the same thing. I don't know. He spoiled it for me, who won, but it was okay.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really mind.
Yeah, I really don't watch that many, like, reality TV shows anymore. But I was, like, obsessed with Survivor for a while. And that is an interesting finale, because that's where, like, the finale is where all the people they voted off
come back.
Then vote for the winner.
Okay, they've done that on All Stars before.
Okay.
And it had, like, a shocking end because of it. Pretty crazy. Yeah, I've never seen Survivor.
It's kind of stressful, but kind of funny. But yeah, it's like really dramatic, and it's always really interesting to see like the types of people that do well.
Types of personalities.
Yeah, because there are people who you're like, you would think would not excel in a game like that, and they're like really good at either manipulating people or just like making alliances or doing whatever. And I'm like, I could never. I could never. Like, part of me kind of, when I was a lot younger, like in high school, like I kind of wanted to be on Survivor. Because I think I was like, not more self-assured, definitely. Like, I, you know, grown into myself or whatever. But like, I think I was like, no, I could be in the jungle. And now I'm like, fuck that.
No, thank you.
No. But yeah, all the like, oh my god, the cat is back. Okay, I might try to let her in and see what happens.
No problem.
Are you gonna be good?
Oh my god.
Okay. Did you hear her meow?
Yes, the cutest little meows. Oh my god.
Not like the croaks.
No, not like Eagle. Not like the bug. Yeah, the only like reality shows, like winter reality shows I used to watch back in the day were just like the real trashy stuff. Like fucking Flavor of Love and Rock of Love.
I watched that too.
They're like so fucking like trash, but so good. And like, where the fuck they find these humans, I have no idea. But oh my god, it's so good. Yeah. It's such good bad TV.
For sure.
So dumb.
So, K-dramas I've been watching, or I watched during the break. I must have watched more than one, but the one that like has really stood out to me that I really, really enjoyed was My Roommate is a Gumiho.
Oh, that was on one of our lists. Or like polls.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Or maybe we were gonna put it on a poll, but it wasn't on like an easy to get streaming thing.
Oh, I think that was one that I said that I wanted to watch, but was going to be tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put it on Viki after, like, the whole thing.
Gotcha.
Basically after the series was done. Airing. It was so good. It was, like, definitely one of my favorites in a while. So yeah, like, I wouldn't mind doing that one for the pod eventually, because we haven't really done a lot of, like, mystical or, like, fantasy ones. But it has the girl from Reply 1988 in it. So
cool.
Yeah, that one's really fun. Highly recommend. It's, like, not too intense. Spoiler alert, it has a happy ending. So, I mean, it's like a rom-com, like, it's not like fucking Goblin, where you're like, am I happy, though? Is this happy? So, yeah, that was a really fun one where I'm like, I'm just gonna worry about the drama and not worry about other bullshit going on. What else? I must have watched others. But maybe I just watched My Roommate is a Gumiho like 4 times. I don't know. I definitely put on the episodes like after I watched the whole thing through while I was like cleaning the room or something. I just like threw it on. Well, I guess that's the only one worth noting because that's the only one I can remember.
That's true. That's true. If you don't remember the other ones yet, it's probably telling you something.
Yeah, I still haven't finished Tale of the Nine-Tailed. I'm still, like, on the last episode. I've watched, like, the first 15 minutes of it, and I was like, meh. Which is really, like, uncommon for me, so I still have to...
you usually just, like, get through it.
Yeah. Well, that was a drama I was watching while I was walking on the treadmill. And I think one day I was just like, I like associated it with exercise. Like, I can only watch this while I'm exercising. Which, Rita, I know. Yeah, my cat Rita's in the room with us, so if you hear little squeaky meows or something falling, that's what's happening. So that's still on my list. You know what show I have been watching, which I told you about in person, is Sixth Sense. I feel like that's really bad for my lisp. Sixth Sense, which is a variety show where the like panel of whatever hosts and like the weekly guest go to 3 different locations. And 2 of them are real, and then 1 is, like, totally fake. Like, the production has created everything from scratch. And, like, they hire actors or whoever to, like, fake being bosses of these establishments. So they've done, like, workout classes. They're usually restaurants, because I guess it's, like, fun to eat. Rita? Okay. But that one's really fun. The only thing is that you can't find it on a reputable streaming service. So you either have to go on YouTube and, like, watch it in parts, or you have to go to, like, one of the websites where you're getting a bunch of porn ads. But it's fine. Where it's like, Katrina's sending you hot pics.
Oh my god.
You get those, like, little pop-ups.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, thank you. Thank you, Katrina. I'm just trying to watch my show. And I think I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I'm, like, still super obsessed with all of these Korean vlogs on YouTube where they're just, like, homebody vlogs, and it's just people cooking and, like, doing little crafts and stuff. And they, like, never show their faces, which I find kind of refreshing. It's not like, hey everybody.
Beautiful and...
Yeah. It's
gotcha.
I follow, like, 3 people. 2 of them have cats. 1 of them has, like, a cute dog. One of them has a 1 all-black cat and 1 all-gray cat. Like, I'm like, it's kimchi. It's Korean Rita and kimchi. Rita, you have to stop. So yeah, that's what I've been filling my time with, I guess. Other than, you know, the other boring stuff we mentioned and music stuff. But there are a lot of dramas on my watch list that I'm excited to watch with you. There's some serial killer ones. There's some rom-com ones. There's some whatever, like, fantasy ones. So, if y'all have any recommendations, please email us or tweet us or Instagram us.
I love shows with what's his name? The little Reaper.
Lee Dong-wook?
Yeah.
Well, one of the ones I want to watch with you is Touch Your Heart, which is now on Netflix, and it's like the one with him and then Sunny from Goblin, where they're the 2 main characters. Cool. That one's a real fluffy one. Real rom-com.
I like a rom-com, and I also like a suspense one. I loved him in Strangers from Hell, basically. A little pale boy.
Yeah.
A little pale spook.
He's a little pale lawyer in this one.
So spooky.
He's a spooky lawyer who's everyone's like, why isn't he nice to people? That's kind of his character.
Gotcha.
There is a show with Gu Chan-sung from Hotel de Luna, and it's a serial killer one. I don't remember the exact premise. All I know is I think he's like a young detective who teams up with like an old police officer or something like that after like a cold case has resurfaced or something like that. It's called Beyond Evil. It's also on Netflix. So that one might be fun.
Cool.
Yeah, and then there are, like, quite a few movies on Viki that you can rent now, so I thought maybe we could, like, watch those together or something, and then emergency pod afterwards, or...
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Because, yeah, there are a few that I'm like, oh, I'd pay $4 for that. That's okay. So, yeah. But like I said, if y'all have any things where you're like, you guys have to watch this, let us know. And it's not, it's okay if I've already seen it. Like we said. I don't mind rewatching.
Loves it, in fact.
Yes, but there are others, like, that were super popular that I feel like I want to watch, but I haven't because of the podcast. But now I'm like, well, shit, maybe I'll just watch them all. Really want to watch Crash Landing on You, which is the one where the lady gets blown over into North Korea during a parasailing accident. Or paragliding, whatever. And then It's Okay to Not Be Okay. That one is about, like, I don't really exactly know what it's about.
Was that one like a webtoon or a book or something before? Because I feel like I remember seeing something.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like a lot of dramas are based on webtoons now.
It's true.
Everyone is watching Nevertheless, or, like, a lot of people I've seen who aren't even really into K-dramas are watching Nevertheless. I feel like I will probably eventually watch it, because I don't like to be left out of pop culture. And it's not scary. It's just, like, they call it, like, a real melodramatic one where I think the main plot is just about these, like, this couple, really. And him being an asshole. And her trying to navigate that, like, do I want to just be, like, friends with benefits? Do I want something real? Why doesn't he want something real? Blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's a lot of episodes, but I don't know. I do know that the ending was different from the webtoon ending, which caused a stir on Twitter. So, I don't exactly know how it ends. All I know is that it's not the webtoon ending, and I haven't read the webtoon. So, oh, last thing, I got my coworker / friend to watch The Uncanny Counter, and she really likes it.
Cool.
Yeah, because she was talking to me, and she was like, so, there are K-dramas on Netflix, right? And I was like, yes, there are a lot of K-dramas on Netflix. And she was basically, like, wanting to make sure they were legit, like, not just Netflix-produced ones or whatever. Like, they were actually on TV in Korea. And she told her that one of her friends recommended Nevertheless. And I was like, I don't think you'd like that, but... Because she's not a huge, like, rom-com person. Like, she'll watch them. Like, everybody can watch a rom-com.
It's gotta be the right one.
Yes. And I was like, I cannot vouch for that, but I do know you like fantasy stuff, so you should check out The Uncanny Counter. And she was like, I didn't expect to tear up at certain points. Like, where Someone starts to run for the first time.
Oh, yes.
And he's crying. I was like, and then I was singing about, like, the different parts of that drama, and I was like, oh, there's so many.
So much happens.
Yeah. That's such a good one.
Definitely a fave.
In 2020 or 2021? Time has blended together.
Yeah,
for me, so
2020 and 2021 are, like, the same thing. They're the same year. It's just...
Because I was like...
2020.1.
Was that the best of the year? Maybe we watched that during, like, the winter. So it carried... I don't know.
Maybe.
I couldn't tell you.
No clue.
But yeah. Just having her talk about it. And then every day I'm like, did you watch more? Where are you at? Yeah. She told me today or yesterday that she had just watched the episode where... Oh, spoilers for The Uncanny Counter. BT dubs.
Whoops.
Where the the office worker gets strangled with his lanyard.
Oh, yeah, that, oof.
And she was like, it was so sad because he had to work so hard to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yep. So, anyway. What a fun show.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Besides all the killing and whatnot.
And sadness.
And sadness, yeah.
Egon is croaking.
I can hear him. I don't know where Rita went. I guess she went under the bed.
Egon liked the uncanny counter.
Yes. I remember. So, yeah, I guess next month we will talk to y'all about Reply 1988.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned for Plagiarize Wikipedia, Hey, I Know That Guy, and our general thoughts and feelings and the awards.
Any sort of fashion.
Any fashion, any soundtrack. You know, what I realized is a lot of the dramas that we'd watched recently didn't really have big OSTs.
Yeah.
OST moments.
I mean, nothing can compare to Descendants. And
then like Romance is a Bonus Book.
Yes.
Has some bangers. Yes. And then Hotel de Luna. I feel like those are like my top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Goblin has some pretty iconic songs, but I don't actually like them that much. I just like them because I associate them with that, like, the scenes from that drama. But I have a playlist where I just have, like, Korean soundtracks on it, and I just, like, listen to it while I work so I can, like, tune out all of the nonsense that my coworkers are talking about sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, like, one specific song from Hotel de Luna that still is, like, oh, my heart. So sad. But, so yeah, I'm hoping we can get some
good music.
Sing good music back again.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, guys, watch Reply 1988. Talk to us on the internet at OKDrama or OKDramaPod or OKDrama Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Not just OKDrama anywhere. We're either OKDramaPod on Twitter or OKDrama Podcast at Gmail or OKDrama Podcast on the Instagrams. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk to y'all next month.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, drama.